Hey, it's MK, and I am back with another Kit Conspiracy layout for you guys today, and I am still working on construction, but instead of outside, we have moved on the inside. So I have this adorable little wood piece that was from last year's Advent calendar. I'm really using up those pieces and having a blast because the new Advent calendar is coming soon, you guys. If you haven't grabbed your hands on one yet, you should. This is pretty much the last week to guarantee that you're going to get it before Christmas. But anyways, I have all these photos of a half bath that we turned into a full bath, pictures that I wanted to document. I also pulled out some of this. Well, I've got this wood grain that I'm thinking about incorporating. I don't know why I'm going backwards, but I also wanted to definitely use this blueprint and then this blueprint that looks like it's coming alive. I wanted to use that. I pulled out this Rust piece of paper for, I don't know, the fourth time now. It's not going to make it on this layout either. And then I have two really old, close to my heart, cardstock pieces that I'm going to use to map my photos. I plan on using all of these weird little gizmos that came on the laser cut piece. I have a few of the words that I might pick out. I'm thinking I see some. I'm just not sure if I'm going to end up using them, or maybe they're too bold. So some of the pieces are grungy and some of the pieces are crisp and clean, and I find it hard, but I definitely think I'm going to use the word fun because it wasn't. And then I plan on using some of these clusters and then maybe possibly building some of my own. Not really sure just yet. We'll see when we get in the moment. I also pulled out my Distress ink in walnut stain and my blender tool that looks like it's getting ready to fall apart because I'm going to distress my edges of my photo mats and ink them. So I'm going to go off and matte my photos. So now that they are all matted, I'm going to distress all of the edges. And then of course, after I'm done distressing, this is how my sponge on the end of my distress tool ends up getting all eaten up, is I go through and I ink I ink the distressed part, and it just really does a number on my tool. And so I really was going to just wait until this whole project is over before throwing that tool away, just because I don't know how many more times I'm going to be inking a roughed up edge, if that makes any sense. All right, so I've got these three photos of my daughter's layout, or of my daughter's bathroom, that is partially finished. But it's not quite there yet. We just hung up a couple organization, not tools, but shelving and things like that for her. And then the other side of this layout is going to be the construction part. We actually took a door and we moved it down farther down the hallway. We took out the drywall and the cement to place in a a drain, and some more plumbing needed to be plumbed in. I took out one of the larger photos because I felt like I had that exact same photo down below in a smaller form, and it actually worked out a little bit better for my layout, where I didn't have to put in the bathroom. And basically what it was I was trying to display the drywall effect. So after we tore everything out, we put drywall back up. I say I mean my contractors. I didn't do a thing except for listen to that jackhammer for days. Oh my gosh. This is right outside my old craft room door, you guys. It was awful. I had to get up super uber early because these guys showed up at 6 a.m. every morning. It was crazy, like clockwork. I loved that because then they were gone probably about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, right before the kids got home from school. So it was perfect that they came right before, right as they were going to school, and then they showed back up as they were coming home. So it was perfect, except for those are my hours. And doing voiceovers and everything at 2 o'clock in the morning because I didn't know how long they were going to run that jackhammer. So it was quite interesting what they had to do to turn a half bath into a full bath. And we knew that we just wanted a shower, and my contractor, he was really great. He went and searched and measured everything, gave me the dimensions, found the smallest shower he could possibly find outside of a RV shower, and it fit in the little corner beautifully. I wished I would have gone with the 22-inch sink. I went with an 18-inch sink, and I did that for two reasons, which we will talk about later. Not in this video, I promise. But yes, I do wish I would have went with the 22-inch sink, because he gave me a range of 18 to 22. And I know that it doesn't seem like that is a lot of a difference, a couple inches, but in all reality, it kind of is, because it not only would have been a couple inches wider, but it also would have been a couple inches deeper too. So, and that's what I feel like the 18-inch was perfect, but it wasn't deep enough. So for my daughter, it's perfect. She loves her little bathroom. And of course, we converted my craft room into her princess room, because she's got the, what's it called? A bay window and everything. And I mean, it's just gorgeous. It really is. So I really like her own little space in the house. And it's separate from the stinky boys and all that stuff. I really like how we were able to make it work this go around. So anyways, I just really wanted to document this process. The bathroom took about as long as and I know it's just a tiny little bathroom, but when the guys couldn't work outside, they were inside. And then we had issues with the electrician, and then the other electrician, and then the other electrician. And then finally, my husband. Yes. So needless to say, we got a really good deal on this build, because my husband did, anytime a piece of equipment broke down, my husband fixed it. And I mean, he even went to work, built a hose, and brought it back to fix the hose that burst. He brought the hydraulic oil to refill it once the hose burst all over our ground. That was fun. Anytime that there was an electrical issue, he brought home a service truck and maintained the equipment that was in the yard. I mean, it was almost like being back at the mine site, in all honesty, where you're doing the job for yourself and then fixing it as you go along. It was great. It really was. But my house is almost like one of the pieces of equipment on the mine site. Because with that being said, is because it seems like a lot of people have had their hands in our electricity, or our electric system, because it does not make any sense. Nothing makes sense on why this one bathroom is on a circuit way outside of anything else in the vicinity of all the rest of the rooms. Like my daughter's room is hooked into the kitchen. And the kitchen is in two separate circuits because of the not utilities, but the appliances. And I mean, it's just a nightmare. And so, of course, the electrician came in, he rewired everything and put everything in. But then the first electrician didn't even bother checking to see if his work was done and worked, right, and completed, because the lighting was not there yet. We didn't have the lights ordered just yet. And so then, of course, he couldn't check them, but he had it all wired up. And then it's like, oh my God. And they didn't move the original electric box from where the old door was to where the new door was. So now it's halfway down the wall away from the new door. And so it's like, well, okay, can we redo it? And they already painted, they already did everything without realizing this mistake. And I mean, just a living nightmare on this teeny tiny little bathroom. And I mean, little, you guys, it's a utility closet turned into a bathroom for my daughter to have a little place of her own. As you can see in the center photo on the right page, the door barely clears the toilet. And so it's nice. You just can't have a rug right there. And then, of course, we've been dealing with the leaks in the shower. Well, to this day, we still deal with one small minor leak in the shower. We've got all of the rest of them fixed up and everything. And so basically, this bathroom was thrown in for free when we built the garage or the shop. That's how it ended up calculating out by the time that everything was done, was we got a free bathroom remodel out of it. But yes, the floorboard, there's 2 or 3 floorboards that need to be replaced already because of the leaks that we were not aware of until we finally got to fixing them and realizing how bad they were. Yeah, it's just it's just fun stuff. It really, really is. And so I definitely wanted to, document this because we usually do minor remodels. We've never done a major remodel like this before because most of the stuff is still usable in my 1970s home. It's not perfect. It's not updated. It's not gorgeous, and it's not big. It's choppy. So our kitchen area is tiny as well. But it's got a lot of twists and turns in the house, and that's what I love about it, is the fact that it's not a cookie cutter open floor plan like you see nowadays. It's got personality, and it's got a coziness to it. And my favorite thing about my house is when people walk inside, it's like, wow, it's bigger than it looks on the outside because everything's in the back of the house. So the front of the house is like a storefront, and then you walk in and you see the warehouse in the back. So that's my favorite thing about the house, is it's hidden from what people really think is there. And so I absolutely love it. All right, you guys. So I went through and basically just divvied up where I wanted all of these weird little pieces, which I thought looked a lot like the inner walls once we installed the new plumbing. And so that's really what I wanted it to look like. So I intermixed some of the pipe work that was part of the laser cut pieces. I've got little pieces here and there. I just love the title piece that says not quite finished yet, because here it has been 3 years and it still needs some tweaking here and there. And so I don't know if it'll ever be finished. Who knows? But I still love it. And so, yeah, I love how this layout looked. I love all these little weird mechanical grungy pieces all over, a little bit of tools here and there, because honestly this is how I felt like my hall looked for a couple weeks. The bathroom, and the noise, I can hear the noise still, and I don't know, I just love how this turned out and looked. And the word fun is supposed to be sarcastic because it wasn't fun. It was, at least while the jackhammer was in there, it was not fun. All right, you guys, don't forget to check out Janet Fritz's channel. She is Galaxy Girl Creations here on YouTube. She is also my partner in crime in Kit Conspiracy. So go see how she is using this kit today, and I will check you guys all later. Bye.